Hello and welcome, my Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to your work, career, vocation read for December 2020 and January 2021. I am your reader, Mark-Angela Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lions, Leo Rising, but call me Mal. Hey, how are you, my Leo family, my pride? Kitty Pride, Phase girl, Phase. I hope you are all well. My subscribers, thank you so much for returning. Your support of my creativity has brought me a great sense of Leo rising fulfillment as I continue to build this channel as we go. Greatly appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. You see if you like me. If something clicks, you'll see if you like it. If you like it, hit the like button and all that jazz. Let's move on. We are doing a 9-card spread. Work, career, vocation. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. I've done a lot of these spreads for myself and for a lot of other people. Yes, I am known as sort of the true love witch. Like, everybody wants to come for the love stuff because I speak it fluently, the path of true love. But, you know, you have a company this long, you get good at it. You get good at it. Not that everybody does what I do, but you certainly get a intuitive familiarity with people who are dealing with work, career, and vocation issues, which are still as much of your spiritual path as anything else. The gods can use anything. So that's what this reading is about. Work, career, vocation, 3 levels of power, what you do to survive in the world, lower 3 chakras if you want energetic, I forget the word, energetic coordinates, there's the word, right? So think lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus, work. Like, I got to work in the world. Your career, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Your passion, right? Your hunger, your thirst. Like, I am totally that. My career is totally as professional witch, healer, teacher, reader. You know, I love that, speaker. It's the artist in me as well, right? Almost like different chakras can have different archetypal forces at work there. And then your vocation is that 8th chakra hovering over the head. It's your spiritual power. It's your spiritual calling. Bringing those into alignment are helpful. It's not necessary. Mine happen to be. I am president, teacher, healer, reader, and mystic, right? So kind of they line up that way. It's not necessary, but people, like, you know, are artists at heart, right? Heart, crown, and will do whatever they need to do to survive physically in order to do that, because they have a higher calling of creativity or something, right? So it's about chakric alignment at the end of the day, but we work that out in our work, career, vocation, as well as our relationships and our physical healing and blah, blah, blah. You get it. Cool. All right. We're going to do 3 of these. Carolyn Myss archetype deck. Look at the soul power. We're going to take 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot to see your internal experience of that, regardless of the chakra, like how it's affecting you. And then we're going to use the Mythic Tarot to see what's going on in the outside. So the soul power, the yin power, the yang power. Are you with it? You with me? All right, my Leos, roar. Feel the magic. Hear the roar. The Thundercats are loose. Let's do this. Take a nice deep breath. It is a general read. Stay in the breath as much as you can, right? Be here now. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because, you know, it's good information to see it from different points of view. One may speak more of your career, another of work, another of vocation, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. There's even a link in there for Carolyn Myss, the Carolyn Myss archetype deck, talking about the 3 levels of power in much more depth than I possibly could here now. Cool. I guess that's about it. Let's do this. Breathe. Oh, that felt good. Oh, by the way, there's my co-host for today, Joy Bearhar. Hi, honey. Just sit back there. Here we go. My collective pantheons of, ooh, there we go. Angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves are all involved. I feel that. Please, 3 cards in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign in their work, career, and vocation. December 2020, January 2021. Here's one for their work, how they survive, lower 3 chakras, their career, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And for their vocation, that 8th chakra, the soul power is being developed. Now, these cards tend to be a little bit triggery because they have both shadow and light attributes. Every archetype is neutral, but there is a spectrum from toxic to healthy, lead to gold, shadow to light. but this is what's being developed within you on a soul level. Now you have a very interesting combo here. You've got the detective archetype, part of the wisdom family of archetypes in the lower three chakras, your work. So you might actually be doing a little detective work, either for work or looking for work, or kind of snooping. We'll go there in a minute. I love this. For your career, you've got the gambler, another a creative family archetype, right? Because action family, right? Because you got to take the risk. What's a gamble if there's no act taken, right? And a second wisdom family in your vocation, wisdom family archetype, the student. So you got the detective, the gambler, and the student. That's interesting. Let me read what's written on the cards. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The shadow attribute of the detective, voyeurism. That's illegal detective work. Falsifying information. So you gathered the information, but then you change it, you twist it, right? The detective that way. The light attribute, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Now, this is like the seeker. The seeker is also wisdom family, but this is a little different. This really does feel feet on the ground. You're trying to gather information here. You might be doing it openly, right? Like Law and Order SUV, right? Like they're police officers, they're detectives, right? This might be a little bit more, not so much Sherlock Holmes, although wasn't the Cumberbund wonderful in that? I love him. Yeah, he's married with children. He's my type. Whatever. But you can get that, right? Finding out the truth, like playing a role as maybe a little sneaky, maybe a little snoop, right? The spy, the snoop, very Gladys Kravitz in the shadows, if you get me. My witchy poos out there. You've got in the career, the gambler archetype. Now, this is the part where in a career I see this a lot. Relying on luck rather than hard work. Well, it's supposed to happen. I guess it's just going to happen. Not if you don't follow your intuition and take action. The light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. And isn't that just a crucible in and of itself? In 2020, right? Yeah, I want to take this risk in my career. People are like, are you crazy? It's 20. It might be tricky. So that would make sense, right? You're going to like do the detective work, scope and probe, scoping and probing. Oh my God, 80s flashback. The student archetype in your 8th chakra, though, bodes well, though. Well, the shadow part, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Now think about that. Someone who studies, that does go a little hand in hand with the detective here. But the shadow here is almost like finding out information to destroy people, or studying things that destroy people and things, right? Now, of course, that could be cancer cells you're studying to destroy. That would be a good thing. But I don't get the vibe on that here in the shadow. Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action, however, with this belief, relying on luck rather than taking action, I think there's a little simpatico there in the shadow. So the light, humility and devotion to knowledge, open to lifelong learning. Now you put that together with the detective. So it's interesting, your 8th chakra archetype of the student really has touches of this gambler and this detective. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see what's going on inside of you with these. Daughters of the Moon Tarot. We're going to give these a nice good shuffle. Give them a nice clear. As I ask my goddesses, the divine yin, the divine feminine energy of the universe, half the universe, please, however you want to call it. Can I get 3 cards to clarify the work, career, vocation, the detective, the gambler, and the student archetypes for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? In their work, career, vocation. No. In their work, career, vocation, like I said, December 2020 and January 21, like I'm getting now this feeling of the cloudiness, hence the need for the detective. please, what are they experiencing on the inner in their work with this detective archetype in play? What's going on in their career with this gambler archetype being alchemized, playing the game? And what's going on in their vocation, in their experience, their internal experience with this student archetype in their 8th chakra? Come on, just one. You're 2, I can tell. Please, my goddesses, just one. What's going on for them? What's their internal experience with this student archetype in their vocation, their 8th chakra? Let's look. 1, 2, 3. 2 major arcana cards. Okay, but we're starting with, excellent, the 6 of Pentacles, success. Usually success under handicap. Like I said, there's something weird here. We'll see what happens when I lay the Mythic Tarot down, what's going on the outside. But you're breaking through. You're making progress regardless of handicap. And it feels like with the detective archetype, that handicap might be something where you need to really refine your intuition and your great powers of observation, right? So this does feel like observation in the physical world, a desire to seek out the truth, right? It feels like you've got the drive, you've got the balance, you've got the ability to keep carrying on the momentum, if you will, and the balance, right? 6s are about balance. I like it. I like it. A successful detective, right? But that sense of success within yourself, digging that a lot. So even if you are searching for work, detecting for work, you have, I don't want to call it purely self-esteem, because self-esteem is not a noun, it's a verb, right? But this sense of balanced worth, it's like, no, I'm good at what I do. I mean, I'm the best, right? Like, I'm a great cook. I made bolognese last night. It was really good. It's my favorite thing to make. It's easy. It has to stew for 3 hours, but you know, it's not something I want to do for a living. It's something that I love doing. But I have good self-esteem about it, right? Like, I estimate, I'm a good cook. I don't want to be a chef, right? It's that kind of feeling that I get from this. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm the best at it, but I'm good at what I do, and I'm ready to learn, and I want to move forward, right? That's definitely that idea, rolling forward in a stable, balanced way. With this gambler, you got the Chariot. So look, I mean, just to put a fine point on it, you've got a lot of wheels going on here, wheelchairs as well as the wheel is the Chariot. So we're definitely looking at a moving forward here, but with this gambler, a real balancing of the shadow and the light, right? So there might be a part of you that's like, I don't want to. Well, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. Another one's like, no, let's do our inspiration. This is about taking motivation and inspiration and bringing them together. Motivation usually comes from fear. Well, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to fucking happen. So get the fuck up out of bed and work. Work on your career, whatever it is. I'm not saying that to you, but that's definitely that fear, right? Motivation. Get up and do it. Inspiration is the carrot, right? So the carrot and the stick's a good horse metaphor. I don't hit horses, though. Never hit horses. But certainly this is an emotional card, often called the Cancer card, the Cancerian card. And certainly she's got the Crescent Moon Shield. They're the Amazon. So this even, I mean, this is a feminist deck, but if you're looking at your internal energy, your feminine energy, this is really bringing yourself into balance. And balance and balance, right? Balance and balance, but balancing your inspiration and motivation. You know, even if you look at Rider-Waite, oh, I haven't thought about this in a while. Look at the Chariot card and the Rider-Waite. There are crescent moons on the shoulder of the charioteer, but one is comedy, one is tragedy, right? So it is very much that inspiration, comedy, or motivation, tragedy. Darling, there's a lot of balance going on here. You got the Justice card, Ma'at, on the inside with this student. You know, symbolically speaking, right? Success, 6 of Pentacles, physical balance on the inside. Balancing your inspiration and motivation to move forward. Both of these talking about moving forward. And now justice, whether karmic, but spiritual justice, if it's in that 8th chakra. So there are lessons being learned here by you. If you really see yourself as the student, you may very well be learning about universal law. Now, I'm not just talking about the law of attraction, right? Law of attraction, law of deliberate creation, law of allowance. I love Abraham Hicks. But there are laws that supersede those, like the law of one, the law of unity. We're all one. And the quantum laws, which I think should be woven into a lot of our old spiritual texts, a different context, right? to see things. And there are totally opportunities that we take that cut ourselves off from other quantum opportunities. It's just law. And everything that we do affects everybody else, and everything anybody else does affects us, right? It's unity consciousness. So there's definitely something here about coming into spiritual balance. But if there are any spiritual wounds, not that I'm seeing them, they will be rectified. And spiritual wounds happen more often than you realize, right? Telling somebody God doesn't love them because they are this or that at a young age, right? You're evil, you're the devil, right? That kind of stuff can really have a spiritual impact in the 8th and crown chakra that kind of pinch off how much chi and prana you're willing to take in unconsciously. So definitely a balancing here. I'm digging this. What is it? I think once we see what this looks like on the outside, this will click into place because it's so personal. The daughters of the moon, it's so inside. So please, again, take what resonates with that. Feel that one out. Let's turn to the God energy, the divine masculine, the other half of the universal energy, the yang force. Go, yang force. Breathe. Oh, and look at that beautiful shaft of sunlight. Oh, and my rudolite quartz ring. I'm a gold lantern. Breathe. Oh, lovely. My gods of fire in the sign of Leo. Apollo in particular, please, one card in clarity. Last 3 cards down. Please clarify this detective archetype with the 6 of Pentacles on the inner for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in their work, career, vocation. December 2020, January 2021. What does this look like on the outside? The devil. Didn't I just say you're the devil? So there are chains here. This may not be you in chains. This might be that there is a temptation here, a temptation to hold back out of fear, right? Now, with the detective, it would make sense then for that archetype to investigate, right? What do detectives do? They investigate. Yes, there are investigators and inspectors and stuff like that, but, you know, they might go a little stealth on this. Trying to find out what's going on. There's shadow power here. There is something shadowy here, and here you are in this balanced 6 of Pentacles inside. We're like, oh, I'm ready. I can handle this. We've overcome handicaps, and maybe that devil card represents some of those handicaps. But I also feel like there is going to be some fear you have to face there about the past, right? Something pulling you back there. But that really, I'm going to say, great powers of observation and intuition and desire to seek out the truth. I mean, the shadow power of the devil is the stuff we don't want to look at. It's the stuff that we want to suppress. And that's why this might not be you. This might be somebody who is a little possessed by their own pain, by their own fear here. And to not take it personally, I'm telling you that right now, because if someone is really in chains financially, then they are in chains emotionally and energetically. They may lash out at your freedom, at your feeling of success there. So just be aware of that. Like, you can take the hit and go, ooh, that hurt. And just be like, well, I took that personally. Do I believe what they're saying? And I think you're going to find you don't. It's just that they pass their pain on to you. What are you going to do about it, right? What are you going to do about it? Detect. All right, breathe. My gods, please. Apollo in particular. We got this gambler archetype with the chariot on the inner. What does this look like on the outer for my Leos? 8 of Pentacles, hard at work. So look, your career is the stronger thing here. I mean, yes, you have to do some footwork here to get maybe your career into form, and some chains perhaps holding it back, but they are chains of illusion. That's why the detective thing will really show you, oh, that's not really true, that thing, right? That there's something, I won't just say hidden, but I'll say being withheld, like chomping at the bit, which is very much in alignment with this balance of the inspiration and motivation, 8 of Pentacles. You really get down to work. Now, this feels like it's work for your career. I know that seems to blend things over. And remember, all chakras blend together, right? Like my career as a YouTuber, just example, it's like one petal of what I do every day. A big part of that is the work of setting up the camera, getting myself ready, and, you know, doing my hair and putting on a little pressed powder so I'm not so shiny in the sunlight. because I'm a quarter Sicilian and I have really nice skin, but you know what I'm saying, right? A lot of work. So just keep doing the work, right? Whatever the work is in front of you. But it does say, speaking of that gambler, relying on luck rather than hard work. Here's the hard work card, but to balance, right? So your work stuff might be on hold for right now, but your career, there is a risk here. But it feels like a worthwhile one, but really for your own interior development of that Chariot card is pretty cool. Now, your vocation, last card down, we got the student with Ma'at, the card of justice, and that's just got a heavier feel than these because it's the justice card, but they are, again, all about balance in some way. So please, my gods of fire in the sign of Leo, one card in clarity. What does this look like? The student archetype with the card of justice on the inner for the Leo's work, career, vocation, December, January. Ooh, Nine of Cups, rock and roll, wish fulfillment. Okay, yay. Alrighty. Now look, two major arcana cards, three major arcana cards. We've got the Devil, we've got the Chariot, we've got the Ma'at. So in your work, career, and vocation, you have got major arcana, spiritual growth, development, call it what you want. Otherwise, two Earth cards, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. I see a progression there, even though this isn't a timeline, that it does feel like the hard work that you're doing is really kind of giving you the psychological, if you want to look at that second level of power, Heart, Third Eye, and Crown, the stability, the balance that's needed. So I feel like you're great, but you're really being fueled by a Nine of Cups here, right? On the outside, a wish fulfillment that's still in the 8th chakra. It's like a dream. Oh, I really, really want that. And if you can get that you're a student and that there are laws to this thing, then I think you're going to find whatever was holding you back or whoever is trying to hold you back, that there is a karmic thing at play here. And all you have to do is what? Have humility and devotion to knowledge. It's like, all right, humility is knowing that you don't know. It begins there. It goes deeper. It's not, oh, who am I? Oh, just poor old me. No, that's not humility. That's self-pity. Humility is, I know that I do not know, but I'm willing to be shown the grace of humility, which is the first grace in my book, Words of Grace, that's coming out in Kindle next year. I'm so excited. And my Kindle editors, I can figure that shit out by myself. I have a millennial Kindle editor, and I love him, right? But it's a student thing. Like, I'm learning as I go. So you are learning all that you need here for your wish fulfillment to bring it into physical form. So let me give you the blessing. I'll show you how this goes together, right? And so we read it this way, but now I'm going to give you the blessing this way. Breathe. May the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, December 2020 and January 2021, that they alchemize this in their 8th chakra, this student archetype, that lifelong yearning and learning for wisdom, open to the lifelong path of it as they really come into some kind of karmic balance, some spiritual lesson, some wrong done right by Ma'at in their crown chakra. May that bring them a clear understanding and embracing of their wish fulfillment. This 9 of Cups, this overflowing of joy at a 9, not quite a 10, but a 9, that opportunity for that fulfillment and completion. As they take the risk, right? May they find their willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt them in their career, because they can balance that inspiration and motivation and get down to work inside themselves so that they can take this detective energy of great powers, their great powers of observation and intuition, and their desire to seek out the truth and move forward with interior success physically in this world, facing whatever devils, whatever demons, whatever setbacks, whatever fears within themselves or anyone else on their work, career, and vocation path for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote be. And so it is. Look, if you can keep that power of humility going, I'm telling you, say, I'm willing to be shown. I don't know all the answers, but I'm willing to. Then that's going to take your risk-taking gambler in the best positive way to act on their intuition, and then that detective to intuitively find out the truth and break these chains moving forward with success. I mean, look, oh my God, I didn't even realize they're actually breaking, crossing the finish line and breaking those chains. That's pretty cool. Well, there you have it, my lovely Leo collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign. Wishing you the very best in the... Oh, please, if something clicked, hit the thumbs up. I got to do the business part. I forgot. Something clicked for you. Woo, good. Hit the thumbs up. You want more? Subscribe. You want you want a reading with me? Find me on Facebook. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very best of your work, career, and vocation, December 2020 into January 2021. What a fucking crazy year it's been. So truly wishing you all the grace and all the best in all of this. My darling, lovely Leos, I'm so proud of you. Proud like a lion. Hail, Archangelo Lion. Farewell and blessed be.